All right, going into how many seasons is this for you as
So it's
head
going to be
coach?
year 5. Started
Dang.
right at 18 years old in 2021. So, yeah, year 5.
Year 5, still
yeah.
freshman head coach. What is it about Higley that's keeping you here?
I think, and then you've heard it from Coach Zubey, the culture. When I was playing, that was the biggest thing. My senior class, we were really big on brotherhood and playing for each other. So, when Coach Zubey gave me that phone call to come coach, I knew I had to pull the trigger and get over there. So,
when you think about that phone call that you got years ago, now to this point, how have you just seen yourself as a person grow and as a coach and just working in the system? How have you seen yourself grow?
A lot. I mean, I was a teenager. I was just focused on going to college, and then when that phone call happened, I knew I had to take the step forward and grow up a little bit and becoming a coach. And going from player to coach was tough, but after being with Zubey every single day and then the coaches that coached me, it was awesome. So,
what do you think is the biggest sort of mental change that you made from being a player to being a coach? And was it a certain way of thinking, or?
I think for me, just understanding who I'm dealing with. I think as a player, you're super excited, you want to go win and score, but then also these are also teenage kids that probably have never been coached before and haven't played tackle football at the freshman level. So for me, just relaxing, taking a step back, understanding they know the situation, understanding they know the plays, and just the X's and O's, not really getting too amped up about it.
I know you've been in the program for a while, but now you're going to finally get a chance to have a varsity spot this year, the quarterback's coach.
Yep.
What excites you about that opportunity and just having that role?
Just being there, I'm going to keep saying it, just being with Zub. Zub's been taught me a lot. He calls the plays and just learning from him, and then Gunner's my guy, so I've been coaching him since his freshman year, so it's going to be awesome to be there with him.
How, Gunner's kind of been that guy that's been around, and, you've been there with him too. How have you seen him grow as a person and just as a player?
As a person, amazing, and as a player, as a competitor, the past 2 seasons, he's been telling everyone that he has to sit and be the backup, but competes and he gets on the field. I love that dude. I love the family, the dad, Sky, the mom. They're amazing, and just Gunner just competing. You never ask a quarterback to sit a couple games and go out there and compete, and he does it. He doesn't take no for an answer. I mean, last year he started at a receiver for the first 5 games, and then we had an injury, and he stepped up and did his thing.
You and I talked a little bit about you had some, other offers to go and potentially be a varsity coach somewhere else, but you chose to stay at Higley and chose to keep coaching in freshman football. Why is freshman level specifically so important to you?
For me, I think I've heard from parents, and I'm just a changer for them. I'm the first person they're going to see on the freshman level until they move up to JV and to varsity, and I want them to have a good experience. The senior class I had last year, that was JT Taylor and all them. That was my first group, and a lot of them, when they graduated and I saw them at graduation, they said their freshman year was probably the best year they had, and that's that for me, that's amazing. So I think the freshman level, I love it because it's their first time stepping in high school, and they're with me and just developing, and I'm always gonna be there for them. So
how good does that make you feel to have someone come up and tell you that?
It's amazing. It's really amazing. I mean, it makes me feel like I'm a good guy and doing what I'm supposed to do. So
when you look at your time as a player versus now in 2025 as a coach, how have you seen Higley change or develop or grow or jump divisions a couple of times?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think just from where we're at, I mean, obviously we had a great team in the past, but just our culture being more close with each other, bringing the brotherhood, and just the coaches as well. I think Coach Zubey did a really good job, bringing in guys that's going to help us as a program, and just the players they bought in. I mean, when we won our first state championship, the guys that won it, that senior class, they probably only won 2 or 3 games leading up into that, so it was amazing.
Do you have, or let's say, what's your favorite memory from playing at Higley as a player and your favorite memory at Higley as a coach?
As a player, I think my favorite memory would probably be being in the drawing up room with Kai Milner and our OC at the time, Coach Large, doing our dipsy-do for 2 when Kai Milner did the play action, threw the ball behind his back for a touchdown. That was pretty awesome. I think anything as a player was awesome for me, but that was probably the number one. And then for us, just being there and winning that first state championship for Higley, because obviously I played there for 4 years, and then we went through a tough year the first year of me coaching, and then going in and winning it. I think that's just the main thing.
What's the biggest piece of advice you've taken away from Coach Zubey?
Sorry, say that again.
What's the biggest piece of advice you've taken away from Coach Zubey?
For me, honestly, is you're gonna win in games, you're gonna lose games. Just the sun rises in the morning, the sun's gonna go down that night. So for me, it's just in life, if it's it doesn't go your way, it's going to happen. You're going to wake up the next morning and be ready to roll. So
Is that a message you kind of appreciate players too?
absolutely, 100%. Every single day I see them. So
What's the most exciting part about this Higley freshman team this season? What should people look out for?
we have guys. We have really good athletes. I'm super excited for our guys to ball out. I have really two good quarterbacks, and our outside receivers, Xavier Jackson and Carmelo Downing. They're going to be really good for guys. We have Rowe, we have Maddox, we have Alec. We have some really good athletes. I'm really excited.